Well, hello, welcome back to the channel of motorbike nonsense. I'm on the Swamp Donkey, which I've just ordered new exhaust for. I'm very excited about that, but that's not the point of today's video. The point of today's video is, should we be buying new motorbikes or should we be buying second-hand bargains? So a couple of months ago, well, February I think it was, I went to the new Superbike Factory that's open near me just to have a quick look and assess the state of what you can get for what money on the used market. And it's, well, a lot of time has passed since then, so I'm going to go and have another look and see if I can pick out some spectacular second-hand buys and just chat about bikes, really. Right, we're inside now, and I'm going to start with a bike that I probably should have bought for my Green Lane adventures, CRF 250 Rally. I've never ridden one of these. By all accounts, they're underpowered, very softly suspended, and need quite a lot of work to make them like loads of fun. But hey, look, this one's clearly had some proper use. It's got bark busters on it. Looks ready for green laning. 3.5 grand. That's a 2017 bike with 10,000 miles on it, and it's clearly had some off-road use. But that's what you're going to do with it, isn't it? Not one of these though. Second-hand Rocket 3s hold their money really, really well. What's this? A 2020 bike. So it's the new shape. 14,500 pounds, and this one has got an Exil exhaust on it and some carbon trinkets as well. I love these things. They're such an event to ride, but even though they were updated last year, they've not got, well, they're not night and day different to ride, put it that way. So I'd save you money and get a second-hand one. Look at this VMAX. 2015 VMAX, again another bike that holds its money ridiculously well. This one's 16,000 pounds with 12,000 miles on it, and some tasteful modifications. Carbon fibre tail unit. Never ridden one of those. Can you imagine a bike company these days making something like that? Well, I suppose these guys are at it, aren't they? Second-hand Diavel. What's that? Just under 8 grand for a 2012 bike. I can't believe that's 13 years old. Obviously it got 3,000 miles on it. That's why it looks so new. It's a lot of bike for 8 grand. There you go, carbon hugger, all the rest of it. These are just such an event. You wouldn't want it as your only bike, but they're pretty decent to ride. Just if you get one of these, don't go and ride the V4 because it is a lot different. I'll say different. Now this is an interesting one because it's not actually a used bike. Mutt obviously went out of business a couple of months ago, so this is actually new stock still for a 125 from Mutt Mushman. New price of £2,549. I mean, yeah, obviously there's not going to be dealer support now, but look at that. That's quite a cool looking thing. It's got all of this sort of trinketry on the tank. 2.5 grand. 2.5 grand. This man's doing the correct thing and sitting on a Daytona 675. I had one of those with that exhaust on it. You want it. Let's look at some sensible stuff. This is very sensible. F800 GT, 4,800 pounds. with 9,500 miles on it for a 2015 bike. In terms of commuters, belt drive, top box, bit of wind protection, that's going to be all day comfortable and very sensible and get about 1 million miles per gallon. I've never ridden one though. One of the UK's most popular big bikes, NT 1100 in very police white. That one hasn't actually got a tag on it, so I can't tell you how much that is. I'll try and find it on the website and stick a price in for you. I'm going to be riding the new one of those at some point this year. 2023. What's that? Coming over the hill? No, I'm not doing that joke. It's a Monster 1100. This surprised me with the price of this, because that looks minty, lovely and modern. But obviously these are getting on a bit now. What's that? I think these were probably a 2014, 2013. Anyway, £5,600 with 13,500 miles on it. And then you go up to the Monster 1200s, the liquid cooled one, £6,800 for this one. That is a 2014. And then there's 1200S if you like your bling. These are very, very nice. I toured with a friend on one of these years ago. He liked it. I didn't really get on with the handling personally, but again, 2014 for 7.5 grand with 8,000 miles on it. And it looks lovely in this pearlescent white. I remember that. Sparkling in the German sun. Erlings at both ends. And look at the girth on that. It's so chunky. Loads of fun, a proper road bike. 7.5 grand. I think that's pretty good going. I'm not sure what the collective noun for GSs is, but down here there's a bike that I'm kind of interested in from a a budget off-roady point of view, and it's the old 650 GS, £3,000, 21,000 miles on a 62 plate. I don't know, there's something that screams you could turn this into something quite off-roady and quite interesting with the rear fuel tanks and all the rest of it. This one has clearly lived a life. It is a bit worn, but I don't know. You wouldn't care about dropping it so much, and I think you could probably have a lot of muddy fun on the Trans-European Trail on that. All that. £3,500 for 14,000 miles. Single brake disc. I don't know, just something nice, and I don't want to say honest about it, but it's an honest bike. It's not going to lie to you until it stops working. You'll probably be fine. It's BMW. They don't go wrong. Let's see what else we can find. Oh, thank you. Oh, here's something a bit different. A Zero SRF of £8,500 electric bike. So this has got 3,000 miles on it. It's 2019 model. If you like your electric bikes, that's very practical. Look, Commuter spec top box on it as well. Never ridden a Zero. I should probably fix that at some point. That is interesting. £3,200 that we just saw for that old 650 gets you kind of a nearly new 72 plate G310R with just over 2,000 miles on it. And look at that. That is minty. It is shiny. £3,000 gets you a very good first bike. What's not to like? I love it. Good credit. £70 a month. I spend that on Domino's each day. Right. Now, if you've got about £8,000 for a touring bike to do on-road touring around Europe, you can't do much better than S1000 XR. If you manage to get one that doesn't vibrate your hands into a state of perpetual stranger visitness. £7,700, 19,000 miles on it, on an 18 plate, with a top box and R&G crash protection. There's another slightly more sensible tourer there, not much more sensible, Z1000 SX. I love the paintwork on these. Kawasaki does do good paintwork. The pearlescence in that is really lovely. This is £5,800 with 15,000 miles on it. That's a 2016 bike. Oh no, I'm ignoring the Tenere. That's I'm not sure if it's had the suspension done or if it's just got KYB stickers on it for fun. It's got a Black Widow exhaust, high level exhaust or high-ish level exhaust on that. £8,400 for this Tenere. This is a 2022 bike with less than 3,000 miles on it, but it has been visited by the winged horse of Chav Tat with those levers. I'm not a fan of those, but hey, we like Teneres on this channel, so buy one. So this is what I probably should have bought instead of my Tenere, an 890 Adventure, £7,600 for a 22 plate, with again less than 2,000 miles on it. That is a bit of a steal. It's not the R version, but it has got the ball bags for better weight distribution off-road. 890 SMT, these are beginning to enter dangerous Tim Rodey bargain territory. These are so much fun. £9,000, so not the cheapest yet. 23 plate, that's only got 3,000 miles on it though. Yeah, they're going to be a future bargain. Let's hope KTM can stick around to service them. Right, that's going to do it for this episode of Sweaty Bald Man in Leather Jacket Walks Around Bike Showroom talking about things. Yeah, what would you have picked? What should I look at next time? And also, what should I ride next time I visit? Because I'm doing this kind of sporadic used bike series. I've got a review of an old S1000R coming out soon. So shout down in the comments what I should have looked at, what I didn't look at, and what you would have bought. Goodbye.